35 overs were lost on the second day of the LV County Championship match between Yorkshire and Kent at Headingley, but it was still a day for Matt Coles to cherish as he struck his maiden 100 batting at number 9 to put his side in a great position. Visitors Kent had the better of the first day and resumed on 345 for 5 with the job of the remaining batsmen to get as many more runs as they could. Instead, though, it was Yorkshire who began ever so well as they clawed themselves back into the contest once Darren Stevens mistimed a drive off Ajmal Shahzad to be caught by Joe Sayers for 29. Shahzad soon struck again in the strong breeze as he removed Geraint Jones's off stump after he'd made just 2. And when the night watchman Adam Riley followed for 8, completely outfoxed by Adil Rashid, Kent had slipped to 374 for 8 from 310 for 3 at one stage on the first evening. Yorkshire would have expected to finish things off quickly, but they were held up by Coles and Mark Davis, another impressive Kent debutant. Coles smashed Shahzad for a 6 to show his intent. But initially it was Davis who was a revelation with the bat. His batting average in his years at Durham barely touched double figures, but a new county has clearly renewed his vigour. He especially enjoyed the bowling of Rich Pyra, a man who knows plenty about scoring big runs from the bottom of the batting order. Pyra later had it confirmed that he's broken a finger in the field and will be out for several weeks. Before too long, this pair had taken the total beyond 400 and looked in no mood to stop there. Coles, still just 21, can certainly hold a bat, but he's never batted as well as he did here. Admittedly, he was aided somewhat earlier on in his knock. With a cold and strong wind racing across the ground, it's not easy to bowl leg spin and get purchase from the wrist, as proved here by Rashid, who was the man given the responsibility of finishing off the innings, but failed to produce the goods on this occasion. And how Coles made the most of that with some fierce strokes. When Rashid was replaced before lunch by Joe Root, the part-time spinner was smashed for 13 in 1 over, including this big 6 from Coles. The all-rounder, who was sent on a strength and conditioning course by England this winter to develop as a bowler, reached a scintillating 50 from just 47 balls as he continued to excel in the afternoon. And another punishing shot also brought up the 100 partnership for the 9th wicket. Not the first time that such a thing has happened to Yorkshire in the last 12 months. It was all beginning to get very frustrating for the Yorkshire attack, all of whom would have been expecting to be warming themselves back up in the dressing room by now. They were to stay out in the field for a little while longer yet. Davis went about his business a little more quietly, but his joy was clear when he reached just the second 50 of his career in what was his 108th first-class innings. He now had his personal best of 62, made for Durham against Somerset 7 seasons since, in his sights. He moved a step closer to that goal as his side now pushed on way above 500s. Heads were beginning to drop in the fielding side. It took Anthony McGrath's gentle wobblers to finally end the stand on 152, just 19 short of Kent's best ever 9th wicket partnership. Gary Balance taking the catch to remove Davis for 58. Coles was on 93 at that stage, but needed just 3 more balls to reach his maiden ton. He was dropped off one of them, but got there in the best possible way. Forget KP, this was Matt Coles with a reverse hit, which carried all the way for 6 to bring him his 100 off his 111th delivery. It was a shame that he didn't celebrate in front of our cameras. Rob Key declared immediately with his side on 537 for 9 at their highest ever in Yorkshire, Coles making 103, and in fading light, Yorkshire's openers had a tough job on their hands against a buoyant Kent. They had 9 overs to survive before tea, and Root and Joe Sayers showed character and skill against Kent's new-look opening attack of Davis and Charlie Shrek to make their task look fairly easy. Both defended well and made the most of anything over-pitched as the bowlers just overstretched a little, and by the time the break arrived, they'd knocked off 32 runs. But then the weather closed in and that was that for the day. It's going to be a battle for the home side on day 3 in a game they surely now can't win. With Root on 13 and Sayers on 19, they'll resume on 32 without loss, still a mammoth 505 runs behind.